Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the YouTube channel. And today we aren't doing a crazy amount of work, but a couple things I wanted to go over with you guys. First up, as you might be seeing in the background, we're getting the motor taped up, ready for paint. So the color of choice was this Chrysler orange, which is a really great looking color if you're a blind idiot. So we're not going to be using that color because it looks terrible. Not gonna lie, I kind of hate it. I thought it was gonna look a lot better and it didn't, so we're just not gonna use it. Got on the phone with Pops and I was talking with him about the colors because, as you might know, me and him co-own this pickup. So we are gonna be painting this thing Chrysler engine red, which was used on 1956 through 1965 318 poly engines. The other couple color options I was thinking of was like the Chrysler blue and like this really weird looking like teal or green, but they just didn't really look well, and I thought blue would just be too much blue because the truck's already blue engine, just too much, don't want to do all that. And then the green, it just looked weird. Anyways, so we're gonna be doing that today. Also, got John here. He's behind the camera. Not actually, I got the tripod holding the camera, but he's behind the camera literally. And today's his 21st birthday, so y'all wish him a happy birthday in the comments, if you so please, or real life. But yeah, so he's got his 406 painted up, so I'll have to check that out here momentarily, because it looks damn good in the GM corporate blue. And yeah, anyways, why don't we get started with today's video? I think we're gonna start by installing the timing cover and the oil pan, because I'm gonna paint all of that at the same time. That way I don't have to tape off as much on the block, and it'll just make things a lot easier. So that being said, let's get into it. All right, before we can start doing anything else, I'm gonna throw this timing cover on first because that's gotta go on before the pan. So that kind of starts off with just getting it on. As you can see, got it all primered up yesterday. So gotta make a little hole here for the crank to go through, and then I'll tape that back over so that way the whole timing cover is gonna be painted the right way. And I'm not gonna put the water pump on. I'll just leave this taped up and just bolt it in these five holes in the timing cover to the bottom here. That way I don't have to do quite as much taping and tape over my Millodon water pump. So I guess we'll start with doing that. Show you guys the water pump real quick. All right, so check it out. Got ourselves a Millodon high performance water pump. As you can see here, let's get it opened up here. Always come with these really nice and easy to use like metal clips, but I just use the tomahawk to get out, just for sake of ease. Just like that, we can finally open the box. All right, so nothing too crazy. It's just a high flowing water pump because the first one failed and the truck always kept getting hot on me every time I drove it. So I figured, why not just get a nice piece from Millodon. So go ahead and open it up here. Milodon, however you choose to say it. It's not really that deep, to be honest. Check this thing out. All right, so not too shabby. Definitely way nicer and way almost triple the less shaft play as the stock water pump, because the stock water pump was a pile of junk. So that being said, can't really install this yet, but I kind of wanted to unbox it and just show you guys because it's a really nice piece. So anyways, also can't really get the timing cover on permanently today, but oh man, that means I really can't put my oil pan on either.
Temporarily you could.
I mean, yeah, but like
paint it.
Probably not gonna. I can't paint it today. I don't have paint.
They can get it primed.
Yeah, I can get it primed. That's probably what I'm doing. So, anyways, let's put this away. Move on to something else here. Something else that I can actually do. Also, I figured since John just got finished painting his 406, we can check that out real quick as well. So let's do that.
Yeah, so we got paint laid down last night. Obviously, I went with GM corporate blue. I just thought every other small block in the world was Chevy orange, which doesn't look bad, but I think this is cooler, especially if it is going into the Z28, which that's the plan. As you can see, went around, just set your oil pan on there, tape it off, use your oil pan, especially if you're painting it, just bolt it up, but I'm not, I have a chrome one, so don't want to get overspray on that. I'm currently working on putting the oil filter adapter back onto the block and doing a couple other random things because I still do not have piston rings. So yeah, just knocking out miscellaneous things.
Yeah, I feel like we're at the point in our projects where we're kind of like waiting on stuff. Also, you need to order an oil pump and a whatever the other thing you needed, a balancer. So
yep,
maybe we'll just
spend some money.
I'll say maybe we'll just start spending money because I guess nothing much better to do. It's your 21st birthday. Do you have anything special to say to our viewers at home?
Frontal lobe still isn't quite there. Can't really go get a beer because it's Wednesday. I mean, you could, but everybody in our town, our small little Christian town, would probably crucify me if I did.
probably be very unappreciative of you buying a beer. And also, you're like barely 21.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. What time was your birthday? Type of deal.
No idea.
Anyways, this thing looks good. Damn, makes me really upset that I have to wait for paint now because of this. This looks terrible. If you think this looks good, I'm sure it does.
I like to call that color burnt rust.
It fits because it's going in a Dodge.
I love the Dodge slander.
I don't know. I'm giving up on supporting Dodges. That's not true, but just Chrysler orange. What was Chrysler? That literally looks like brown. Like it does not look that good.
Even your old parts were Chevy orange.
Yeah, the old parts were just posing. They're literally Chevy orange. I think. Hold on. One of these parts. Yeah, this one. This valve. This is Chrysler orange. This is like not Chrysler orange. And given it's pretty faded, but the Chrysler orange just looks so brown. Not that good. I don't know, I guess Dodge has been trying to keep up with GM, at least color-wise for a while, but...
Trying to keep up in everything.
I guess so. And now we're going to paint it the Chrysler knockoff of Race Red.
So I guess the real keeping up would be maybe lining this one up against that one.
The problem is this one is going to lose. We know that yours is going to make more power. I mean, maybe one day, maybe one day I'll build a small block that's actually, worth the time. You just, I'll probably do a 360, to be honest.
340's gonna rev higher.
Yeah, but like 360, I had one before and I loved it. If you guys didn't know, I had a second gen, I had a 360 and that was full bolt-ons and it was super slow, but it was fun.
Crack Dash edition.
Yeah, the Crack Dash special. I got a new dash in it though, so. Anyways,
I guess my OBS dash is cracked too. So
yeah, but your OBS has 6.5 in it, so it's cool. Nobody has those. Which maybe one of these days we'll actually get to see it and do a video on that truck because that thing is sick. And we built that in the shop last year, and pissed everybody off. So it was a good time.
I did get an update on the big injection pump. I'm getting a 120cc injection pump for the 6.5. Because it is going out currently and sitting at home. So.
Yeah. So we attempted to tow a corn head back to Sioux Center from Sioux Falls with it.
I was more than that.
And it was like
an hour and a half or 2 hours into South Dakota.
Anyways, long drive, and we knew the injection pump was not all there. Yeah, it was like starting to cease to exist, and basically that was just a really not that fun drive back, but that's like really traumatic to think about. It was terrible.
It was trying to keep up with a turbo pushing 25 pounds of boost when the original one made 8 and cannot supply that much fuel when it's a 300,000 mile something pump. So it should have been changed out when I did the motor, but I went cheap on it. So.
And I feel like you're at kind of a time constraint because it was coming towards the end of the year and that thing was still not together. And
yeah,
they weren't. I wouldn't say they were happy to see the truck in the shop because it's not our shop. So they weren't too ecstatic about that. But
nope. That's what's nice about this one. I don't even have a car for it yet.
Oh yeah. Wait, so someone consider that as kind of a problem?
We're gonna get it built, and I'll buy a car eventually. I'm looking right now. If anybody knows of somebody who owns a second generation Camaro that is hopefully somewhat rust free-ish and has other issues, or they just want to get rid of it, let me know, because I'm searching for one.
Yeah. Get this man a Z28.
Yeah, preferably a Z28.
Awesome Z is still a available plate in Wisconsin, so that's got to happen.
Can't give away the plate. We're gonna have to edit that out.
I'll just bleep it. It's not that deep. Anyways, dude, I don't think my audience can afford that car, to be honest.
Neither can I.
Well, we're gonna fake it till we make it, so
Of course.
it's not really a problem.
Yeah.
All right, yo. Before I'm gonna continue masking up everything, I'm gonna throw this timing cover on just temporarily, as well as the oil pan. That's just gonna go on temporarily, so I can paint the block and not have to worry about taping this all up and getting it all covered in plastic and stuff. So go ahead and take the bolts that I got out of the block that are already in the block, because I had to figure out which bolts go where. Because just like the oil pump situation, which by the way, I literally just found those bolts and now they're sitting on the table. So I spent 4 days trying to find bolts for this thing for basically nothing. So feel free to laugh at me in the comments today instead of John. So I suppose that's fair. Anyways, look at these bolts out real quick. All right. Make sure I don't actually lose them this time. These two go on the right side. So we're not putting a gasket on just because this is going on temporarily. I just need something to cover it up so that way I can paint and not have to worry about, you know, paint getting into the gasket sealing surface. And then I can get this another stage of primer as well. So get that taken care of. That hanging around. Some bolt. All right, so now that we've got it set on, we're gonna put these bolts in, just throw them in, get them snug with a 14 millimeter socket.
That's crazy. That's metric.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Dodge was doing back then. Probably smoking a lot of meth. Don't do drugs, just like last
Why do we keep referencing that? You're gonna take off your
PTSD.
frost plugs, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take off my frost plugs. Actually,
Actually, old school trick is throwing a little bit of grease on them and then not having to tape them, because you just throw a little grease on them, paint everything, take a cloth when you're done, wipe the grease out, fresh frost plug, no need to worry about taping. That's another old school trick for you guys.
and that's why I'm friends with John, you guys, because he knows ball. He knows ball.
An old man that knows a lot of random shit.
Hey, it's okay. We're useful to somebody. Oh wow, this bolt's not a 14. Interesting. Okay.
I was gonna say, there's no way a 69 Dodge or 1969.
This one's a 14.
Anything.
Yeah, 1969. Unless it's Japanese, then sure, but not this. Okay, we're just getting them snugged up. Don't want to mess this up too much. Nice and snug, you know. Just like your mom tucking you into bed when you were like 4.
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
Well, where did you think I was going, John?
Leave it to the imagination.
Yeah, audience, you guys get to think about what I was gonna say, or what John thought I was gonna say. All right. Okay. Yeah, 9/16 fits a lot better, but 14 is like fucking. It's perfect.
No way.
Anyway, that's nice and snugged up. Ain't no paint getting through here. So, actually, you know what? My dipstick tube. I didn't think about that. Dipstick tube probably has to go in first.
I don't even have one.
Oh. All right, now that we've got the timing cover on, let's flip it over and put the pan on, just temporarily, not permanently. Because, as you can see, it's not exactly ready for that yet. So, just spin-a-roo. And shove your safety pin in here. Like that. And, actually, grab the pin first. Okay. As you guys saw in the last video, absolutely zero clearance issues with the sump and the pan. thanks to our putty and tape measure method. So that's pretty awesome. Don't have to worry about that anymore. All right, so what we'll do is I got all my pan bolts over here on the table. Start dropping a couple in. They're super greasy, so I'll probably actually clean them up with a rag before I just start, throwing the bolts in. That way I'm not making it super dirty for all these pan bolts. And I'm not going to put all of them in, probably just a good amount. That way I don't have to worry about taking 100 bolts out after I finish painting it, because that would be super lame, and I don't want to do that. All right, you know what? I'm gonna skip having you guys watch me put all these bolts in, because that's super lame. So I'll come back to you guys when it's done. All right, so we got our pan pretty half-ass installed here, about 6 bolts all together, 3 in each side, which is a perfect amount of bolts for temporarily installing it. I did get it a little bit dirty because my hands are pretty greasy, so we're probably gonna have to, do a little wipe down of it before we start laying paint down. But I'm gonna start checking out these gaps here in between the pan and the block, just make sure I'm not getting paint where I don't want it. And then yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. Finish getting this thing taped up, and hopefully we'll get it painted. Because that would be really nice to get done today. Because frankly, I really want to see what it looks like in all primer and cleaned up again, because this motor hasn't been clean in years, like years upon years, because the truck leaked like a sieve out of like every possible crevice, and it's just never really looked good, except for like the one time I actually washed the motor before a show, and then I didn't even like pop the hood because it still looked like garbage. So that being said, let's get started and get this thing taped up. All right, as you can see, this thing is fully prepped and ready for paint, all taped up. And unfortunately, like I said earlier, yeah, look at that. As I said earlier, previously, I am waiting for paint until like Friday. So just for tonight, I'm just gonna get it primed. That way, at least that can be done. And then when my paint comes in, spray it all down. I'll take my timing cover and oil pan back off. I have to put on my fuel eccentric for my fuel pump, and then yeah, but that's way down the road. So that's right now. Let's get painting on this thing. So here we go. All right, guys, now that we got this thing taped off, I'll put you guys in time lapse while we paint this thing. So let's do it right now. All right, first coat of primer's on. Time for stage 2. All right, so now that we've got the engine finally done and primed, that's really all we can do for today, and really all we can do for a little bit until we can get paint and head bolts and intake manifold bolts to finally start putting this thing together. So that being said, that's it for today. This thing looks really good, and yeah, nice to have it all primed and almost ready to paint. So that being said, I hope you guys have a good night. That'll be it for this video, and we'll see you on the next one.